Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Saturday, and we are going to be looking into finishing this page today. And I did finish up her skin, and I went a little overboard and did her cloak as well. I couldn't stop myself. I'm sorry. Um, so that is what I did. Hello, Mandy. Hello, Noelle. Hello, Joyce. Hello, Catherine. Hello, Audrey. Hello, Carol. Hello, everybody out there in Lurker land. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're all doing well. I still have a little bit of this congestion, so if my breathing gets weird or I get froggy, I am sorry. I have been at work all week, so my throat is a little bit hoarser than expected and wanting to do. So, all right. So, I've been debating. I have a debate. I want to do her dress, I think, in purples with yellow embellishments. But the bag, I'm trying to decide because it's a dragon bag. I'm trying to decide if I want to do it the same color as the dragon skin, or if I want to do it the blues with little bits of the dragon skin color in it. Still haven't decided on that one. We'll figure it out. We'll work together and figure it out. So that is the plan for today. What do you guys think? Does that sound good, or am I ridiculous and losing my brain? Because sometimes that happens. Did I lose y'all? Like, okay, did I lose everybody? I'm going to zoom on in. So as you can see, I've made it so that you can see the skin behind the cloak because the cloak is a very sheer material and we're going to be able to see through it. So I'm going to go through and I'm using the lightest purple first and I'm just putting a very light layer down. And we'll darken this up as we go along. This is pale violet. No, we can't have that. We don't want the baby dragon thing and Mama got killed. A horrible thought. Thanks, Catherine. Now I'm not going to let that go. Catherine Calamity and I missed you on Thursday. I was in chat for a little while. And the ribbon we're going to do in the goldy yellow colors of the embellishments. Hello, Jeanette. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope you're feeling better. I've given this flu to Bob. He's taking it a lot better than I did. Hello, Yana. It's a lovely gray day here, thankfully. It's been too warm. Now I'm going to try to color around all of these embellishments here on the outfit. If I do find that it's too difficult, I'll just come through with a gold gel pen and we'll make them sparkle. Just because we can. I might do that anyway because of how small they are. Oh, yuck. Oh, I'm so sorry, Catherine. Welcome back, Mandy. And hello, Alex. Welcome. You're going to run off on us in about an hour? All right. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it at that point, and then we're going to start moving on to other colors, and then we'll move down. The next one we're going to use is the manganese violet. Yana, you're not supposed to be doing that. I really hope you don't hurt yourself, darling. I know you don't have a lot of help, but I really don't want you to hurt yourself either. I know, I know. Just be careful. Make me worry about you. Thank you, Alex. Yeah, sometimes being able to sleep in your bed gives you a much better rest. I wouldn't be able to sleep on the sofa either. Not very well anyway. And then well, yeah, that happens absolutely. When they put you out, you sleep quite well. Yeah, you got to ice it a lot and waking up and doing that. And all right, now I'm using light violet. That's going to be used in the darkest of areas. And we're just going to put a little bit of it up under here so that the dress is showing through the through the blue a little bit, because we can see through on the arms. We still need to be able to see through on the rest of it as well. So just putting a little bit of color from underneath on that area gives that illusion that you can see through it. Putting in the darkest colors for the shadow. So, and then we're going to come back with the lightest color, and we're just going to bring that out a little bit. So again, I'm using the, oh, that's the wrong one. Using the wrong color. But that's okay because we can erase that a little bit. I was using the manganese violet and I didn't want to use that. Anyway, thought it looked a little bit too dark. I should have looked at the color name. That's okay. We'll just lift it off. Like so. And then we're going to be using the pale violet instead. That's better. Yeah, I went back to work this week. It was a struggle, but I did it. I have too many occurrences to take any more days off, so. I try to keep in my compliance, but if I get sick, I get sick. Oh, don't ask. We find out next week how the meeting was. We found a house that we liked, but it's just too early to put an offer in on it. Yeah, it is what it is. Now I'm going to use white. And I'm going to press quite hard on the white because I'm going to use this as a blender as well as lightening up those colors. And I'm using the Woomer white on it. I'm not using the Prisma white. Normally, if I want to really, really dampen a color, I'll use a Prisma white. I don't want to extremely dampen the color. I just want to blend it together and lighten it just slightly. Because I want this to look like a very vintage, pale type of gown. And I think with these embellishments, because they are so small, I'm just going to go over them with the white, and then I'm going to come back through with the gel pen, and we'll just do those in gel pen. I can do them in pencil. I want them to sparkle just a little bit, but I want to be able to blend everything together as well. And in order to do that, I've got to go over top of them, so because they are very thin. And I don't want that yellow blending into the purple. Lurk away, dear, lurk away. All right. I'm going to put the purples aside for a moment, and we're going to take our yellows. So we're going to start with our pale yellow cream color. And hopefully this won't look completely silly. We're also going to do her neck piece here in the cream. And her wrist areas. This one I'm going to use the purples in the ribbon that goes through it. We'll come back through and do the embellishments with the gel pen. Right, now we're going to take the purple. Like so. darker yellow. So I'm going to use light lemon yellow. Okay, start coming through. Thank you, Alex. I'm going to have to get a new smartwatch. Mine is starting to come apart, which sucks because I like my watch. So I'm going to have to get a new one. Okay, and then we're going to use, excuse me, dark Naples yellow. So we're going to use dark Naples ochre, not yellow, but ochre. That is busy for you not to be reading those books. Yeah, usually you read like 10 or 15 a month in the summer, so it's surprising to me. Nice, Audrey. Just going to put a little bit of that yellow in there, just so it shows through. And I forgot to do the other arm here. go. Then we're going to go back to that cream. Well, that's wonderful. Yes, having your parents there is definitely something that'll keep you busy and keep you off the books. I hope you've had a wonderful visit. Oh, and I didn't do the neck. Let's do the neck piece as well. Fill this in. There we go. All right, now we're going to move back down here and we're going to finish up her skirt. Starting off with the pale violet. Oh, nice. Well, I hope you enjoy yourself, absolutely. I'm glad there's a lot to check out there during the summer. I know you were a little unsure with what the community events were, so. I'm just going to do up to this point and then we'll add those dark embellishments in the white to tone it down. And the dark shadows, I should say. This is out of Fairy and Fantasy 4. And it's called Dragonling, and I just knocked everything over on my desk. Wrong pencil. Nice. Now we're going to use the manganese violet. I did link them below the video as well if you need the links, as well as the Woomer links for anybody that needs them. We are using the Woomer pencils. And this page, like I said, is called Dragonling. It's about halfway through the book. Alright, and then we're going to use light violet. I missed this part. Awesome. Yeah, these have been a really joy to use. I bought mine way back in October. I did do I had a really good coupon for them, and they were really, really good price, so they have gone up a lot since I bought mine. Alright, and I think that's cover us for those shadowy areas. And then we're going to take the pale violet again. And put another layer on, and then we'll come over it with white. And blend all those colors together. Awesome. Yeah, that they currently had, well, when I started using them last Sunday, they did have a 40% off coupon on them, which was really awesome. It's the one thing I like about Amazon. Sometimes they get all sorts of new things in. Sometimes it's just other brands picking up other white labeled pencils and that sort of thing, but sometimes they're a gem in the hiding. So always good to find the gems. I'm using the white, I'm using it for the blender as well as to lighten those colors just a little bit. So I'm putting quite a bit of pressure on it, using a lot of that pigment to move those colors around. Like so. Alright, and then we're going to do the same thing under the dragon. I like to work in little sections, and that way I don't bore myself or lose track of what I'm doing. Now I did leave this part of the cloak undone because I'm going to show you how to do that with putting the color down first and then putting the blue color over top of it, like I did on the arms. Have a great day, Alex. Enjoy your time with your parents. Okay, now as you can see the dress through here. So we're not going to fill all of it, but we're going to get that color in here. Especially in the darker areas. Down here, we're going to do it a little bit lighter because there's a fold, and the folds are going to be darker, of course. But where the dress starts, we're going to try to make sure that we get a good amount of purple in there. I'm just going to go right over top of these. Okay, can you hear me now? That was really weird. For some reason, my headset just completely shut off. It's very strange. Hopefully you can hear me now. Yeah, I don't know why. It just suddenly turned off my headset. It's not, the battery's not dead or anything. It just decided, okay, well, you're done. Excuse me. I am so sorry, guys. It didn't even give me a beep or anything to let me know that it was doing it. It just said, nope, I'm done. And because there's so many different shadows in this area here, doing those embellishments with the gel pen will work out really well. There's different contrasts in the cloth. different shadows from the overlap, as well as different shadows from the folds in the cloth itself. Hello, Deborah. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. I hope you are doing well. Okay, I'm going to put just a touch more in here. There. Alright, now we're going to go with the darkest color, which is the light violet. Yeah, crocheting takes a while too. That does keep your hands busy, that's for sure. I can make a lovely daisy chain with the crocheting, that's about it. I even forgot how to join them together. I haven't crocheted in a very long time. Alright, then we're going to go back over it with the light purple again. So this is going to be the pale violet. And then we'll go over it with the white. But first we'll do the rest of the cloak. And then we have to figure out what to do the dragon bag. And then we'll do the ring around it and the embellishments on the cloak and the dress. Hello, Sue. Oh, it's been a busy Saturday at work. Well, I am so sorry that you've been busy. It is summer, so, people are wanting to get things done. I hope it's not too hot out there for it. Alright, and then we're going to take the white. Excuse me. Just make sure you don't go over the dragon's claws because you don't want those to be lightened. You just want the dress to be lightened. The great thing about using the white is when you find that you have little areas that you may need to bring some more color in, you can still do that. It's going to be dampened, but you can still color over top of it. Where sometimes with your blenders and that sort of thing, if you have a difference in materials, you will find that sometimes you can't color over top of it. So do be careful of that. You can't add color. Sometimes you can end up with that with white too, so test an area first. With these ones, I have added extra color after adding the white, so I know that works. And I also know that works because I tested it when I did the testing. Hello, Della. Good morning. I hope you have had a wonderful week. Okay, I'm going to dust all that off. And then we're going to do the cloak. Now I'm using the Cadet Blue first. I'm putting that right over top of the purple in the really dark areas. And I think I'm going to take it off of this area right here. Because I think that little bit of the bottom edge here is going to be in that yellow. So we're going to do this. Just to map it out. Like that. Hello, Dawn. Okay. And then we're going to take the Caribbean Sea. And I'm going to take a little bit more of the purple just to extend it into the Caribbean Sea there. we're going to overcome it with the Caribbean Sea. And I'm using the Caribbean Sea a little bit harder just to blend into that purple. Like so. Yep, there's just so many things I can scare the neighbors with, you know, I'm just saying. They do not want to see me in overheating situations. All right, and then we're going to take that white. And we're going to blend that in. Like so. Then we're going to do the yellows. Oh, that's nice. I like it when it rains sometimes, especially after a good heavy heat. I like it when it rains. Then we're just coming back with the cream. Like so. Alright, now we just got to do the dragon bag and then we'll come through and do the embellishments. I think the dragon bag we're going to do in that bright blue with a purple band there. Just because I no longer want it to be the color of his skin, because I don't want him thinking that his mama's been, you know, made into a bag. Thank you, Catherine. But if I make it into the bright enough blue, it will stand out instead of blend in. So we're using the cobalt teal blue to start with. this. I'm using the Woomers. They are listed below the video with the book as well as the swatch chart and the video for the review. Alright, then the next color I'm going to use is bright blue. It's perfectly fine. It's fine. I just can't see it out of my head now, so I can't do it. Alright. And then we're going to use a dark color. So I think we're going to go with ocean blue for the deepest part of the shadows. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit better, just not 110%, but I'm about 80%. I still have a bit of a cough and a bit of a congestion, but it's a lot better than it was. I don't feel like death worn over. Alright, and then we're going to go back through with the light blue. And again, this is cobalt teal blue. Thank you, Deborah. Yeah, I had the flu. That's why I was off for over a week. Basically for 2 weekends I was off not streaming because I had the flu. It was terrible. I have given it to Bob, so I will get it back shortly. Okay, now I'm just going to use this purple. And I think I'm going to use just a little bit of the purple in the blue as well, just because I want it to have just a little bit of mystery to it. It probably won't because it'll blend right into the blue, but yeah, it is what it is. Might just take a little bit of pink. Give a few different colors of the possible dragon eggs inside the pouch. Or dragon treats, whichever. We don't know what's in the pouch. Alright, there we have our pouch done. Okay, now we're going to do the embellishment, so I'm going to grab a gold gel pen, maybe, gold one. I need a gold one. I might have to go grab another set of gel pens because I don't think this one has a good gold. I think it's got an orangey gold, and I don't want an orangey gold. There's a yellow gold. Alright, I'm just going to make sure it works. There we go. Just remember to have something nearby to wipe the pen on, especially when you've already got colored pencil down, so that it doesn't pick up that colored pencil and the pen keeps flowing. If you're going to use a gel pen. I might have to use a different type of pen because the gel pen's picking up too much of that wax. So just give me a quick second. Just going to grab a different type of pen. Gold's so active on this one. Maybe not. Yeah, I'll use this one. Okay. That's not quite yellow enough. All these different pens and none of them are the right color for me. I want a nice bright yellow gold. So we're going to use spun gold out of the Spectrum Noir set. Ooh, I have a leaker. Okay, I have to wash that one. My red is leaking in there. Alright, this one here is spun gold, I think. Yeah. I have to go through my pins. It looks like I've got a couple that are leaking. We don't want that. Hello, Bella. This is really not the color I want either, but nope, that's not the color I want. That's too green. I want something that's a bright yellow, so let's go over to the gel pens closet. We'll find a good gel pen set that has a nice bright yellow in it. Yellow gold, because I want it to be a sparkle. That's got a good one. Let's see how well the Castle Arts does. Try this one. All right. Oh, my gel pens are drying up. It's been a while since I've used them, so. Yeah, that's better. Just have to get it going. And that's normal, especially when you have wax over top of the area that you're coloring with the gel pen. You do need to clear it every once in a while. Okay. Just coming through and just doing up all the little spots that we want to have sparkle on. Then we're going to come down here and do the same. Yeah, no. It's going to tear them up. It's too harsh. It'll tear them up. Okay, and then we've got the embellishments on the bottom of the dress as well. going to do these ones here. These ones here. And I think that's it for the embellishments. I'm going to zoom you out so you can see what she looks like, and then we'll do the little flowers around her. All right. Oh, too far. You don't need to see the mess. So there we have her. And we're going to do the little flowers all the way around her. And we're going to do those in greens and purples. So we're going to start with yellow. No, we're going to start with leaf green. Unless I already have it out. There it is. Awesome, Deborah. Hi, cardinals. You're pretty. I like cardinals. Now we're just going to very lightly fill in the stem because we're going to be using some darker colors on the stem as well as the leaves. So we're just going to come through. I'm going to zoom you in a little bit. I see my mouse is dying, so. Oh, wrong way, sorry. So I'm going to do the top parts because the bottom parts are just basically going to be green. If we have time to finish the whole thing, we will, which we do. We've got about half an hour, so it'll be fine. I just don't want to bore you with all the greenery. Now, hopefully, it was minimal on the gel pen, so it's dried. Sometimes you get too heavy on the gel pen and you end up putting your arm in it and it's not dry. Wow, that's awesome, Deborah. So this is just the base coat and base color. We'll be coming back through with the darker colors for embellishments and that sort of thing. So the next one we're going to use is green. Thank you, Dawn. This is why I can't do Joanna Basford's work. As much as I love her work, I can't color all those leaves. You know, this has very minimal leaves on it, and I'm already bored. I love Joanna's work. I love watching other people color it, and I think, oh, that's so pretty. I'm going to color that. And I get, you know, a quarter of the way through the leaves, and I go, okay, I'm done. I'm terrible. Now I'm going to use Hooker's Green. Take care, Deborah. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for popping in. It was great to see you. I have that issue with Teresa Goodrich's work as well. So many leaves. I love her work, but there's so many leaves. And then we're going to take that leaf green again. Actually, I'm just going to take a little tiny bit of yellow green for the rest of it. Just to brighten up a couple of spaces. Okay. All right. Now for the flowers, I'm going to take this one. So this one is the light violet. And then we're going to take this one. Hi, Marilyn. Yes, I'm starting to feel a little bit better, absolutely. Now we're going to take that Caribbean Sea that we used on the shawl or cloak, whatever you want to call it. And a little tiny bit of this blue here. Like so. And then this yellow. And there. And then we're going to do it all over again down here. Take care, Dawn. Thank you so much for popping in. We do appreciate it. Good to see you, Marilyn. Enjoy your errands. I'll be doing some errands after stream. I gotta get my car washed. It's filthy. Like I said, my watch is coming apart, so I'm going to have to get it replaced. I use it for a lot of things at work, so. I use it to make sure I go on my breaks on time. Otherwise, I just end up sitting there all day. Like, okay, my throat's starting to get hoarse. It's time to go. Alright, there we go. Alright, so that's the top part done. Now we're going to go down around the edge here. And start off with that leaf green. My green decided it didn't like being sharpened. And then I'm going to move you down a little bit too so that you can actually see what I'm doing. Just going to turn it a little bit. Alright, and then the Hooker's green. Is it Hooker's? Yeah. Sometimes you feel a little uncomfortable saying that color. And then up through here. And then the yellow green. It is an awkward name, absolutely. Sometimes you just feel a little bit strange saying it, especially on stream. So now I'm using the yellow green. It's even worse when you're trying to, paint your house and you're trying to think of a good green. Yeah, just do it Hooker's green. Okay. Now I'm just going to go through and blend this in with that leaf green. Then we're going to do the same thing up here. Blend it in with the leaf green. A lot easier when you're moving up the stem. Alright, so there we have that part. Now we're going to come back up. I'm going to move the camera. Actually, let's go this way. Zoom out just a touch. There we go. Might as well finish it because it's almost done. And we still got 15 minutes left, so we might actually get this one done today. Which means I won't have a work in progress. Yay! What do you guys want to see colored next tomorrow? Um, Another portrait, a dragon, landscape. What do you want to see tomorrow? Yep, that is correct. I did know that. The creator of Hooker's Green his last name was Hooker, and he created the green because there wasn't a great dark green in most paint palettes for doing landscape shadows. I just find it an awkward color to state on stream. Excuse me. Now the dark, so regular green, this one is 426. The one thing I don't like about these pencils is the numbers are very hard to see. I have to go through them. I can't remember if I've colored in all of the ones that I've received since my birthday or on my birthday. Um, I will have to look. I know there's some fairy ones that I haven't colored in because I just don't think I'm able to yet. I haven't gotten to that capability skill set yet. Oh, we could do a mono in the monochrome book that I set aside, the Mythographic Artist Edition book. We haven't done one of those in a while. And I'm using the Hooker Green. Hooker's Green. And then the yellow green. Although I don't know how entertaining doing a monochrome would be, but I don't know if I have any works in progress that I was working on that I haven't got done. I will have to look. Pretty sure I got the... Oh, no, I do have a fish. That fish does need to get finished. So because it is the end of the month, I think it is the last weekend of the month. Yes, because it is the last weekend of the month, so last Sunday of the month, what we're going to do tomorrow is we're going to do a work in progress day, and we're going to finish the fish that I started last month. I got one side done, but I did not get the other side done. So we will have to finish that. That is done in the Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2s. And we'll work on that so that I can get that work in progress done too. Then all my work in progresses will be done. Alright, I'm using the light violet. And the Caribbean Sea. still got to get the rose koi finished. We're going to take a little bit of the ocean blue, just put it in the deeper shadow area. And by then, we should have some news on what's going on with life and moving and all that stuff. And we'll be able to decide at that point if we're going to have to take a break because I've had to pack up the craft room. Alright, now the yellow. So this is the light lemon yellow. And then the sunburst yellow. Okay. Alright, we're going to zoom that out so you can see the whole thing all together. And there we have it. The Dragonling all colored in. I finished it with the Woomer pencils out of Christine Caron's book, Fairy and Fantasy 4. Zoom in just a little bit for you. There. There you go. Alright guys, so that is all taken care of. I will try to post a picture of it on Instagram. Once again, these are done with the Woomer pencils. The book is Fairy and Fantasy 4 by Christine Caron, all of which are listed below the video. Hello, Mona. Thank you. And hello to all of those people out there in Lurker Land. I know you're all there, and I do appreciate each and every one of you. Excuse me. Of course, always remember to like, comment, and subscribe for every YouTube artist that you enjoy. You can also find this book on Amazon. Christine Caron has her own website as well. You can also purchase it on Etsy. Christine is coming out with some new books soon, so do keep an eye on those. And yeah, we will be back tomorrow. We're going to do a continuation page of, oh, I gotta stand up. Let my legs work. So we are going to finish this one tomorrow. Or we're going to work on it and try to finish it tomorrow. So that is our work in progress. That's the only one that I didn't finish last month or this month. I haven't colored a whole lot this month because I've been sick, but I did want to at least get that one finished. Okay. All right, so that is what we're going to do tomorrow. Again, thank you all very much for coming and hanging out. I've got a couple of pens that I got to deal with because they're leaking. Other than that, I'm going to go wash my car and buy a new watch. All right, guys. Thank you all very much for coming and hanging out and watching. Of course, always like, comment, and subscribe to any YouTube artist that you enjoy. And always remember to relax, color, and stay safe, everyone. Until next time, bye bye for now.